Melker emergency cricothyrotomy catheter set is designed to establish a temporary emergency airway when tracheal intubation is impossible or contraindicated, and face mask or laryngeal mask airway ventilation is likewise unsuccessful or contraindicated. The technique provides rapid access to the airway using the Seldinger method through the cricothyroid membrane.
I started my career as a pediatric cardiologist, so I became extremely familiar with the Seldinger technique. And when I would go down to the emergency department or later work in the emergency department, it was always frustrating when you couldn't get a patient intubated. So to me, it was a natural progression to use the Seldinger technique to put in an airway just like you put in the catheter.
Contraindications to the use of the Melker emergency cricothyrotomy catheter set include the inability to identify the cricothyroid membrane, children under 8 years of age, unless the landmarks of the cricothyroid membrane are clearly definable, burn or infection at the incision site, and direct trauma obscuring the landmarks. The Melker emergency cricothyrotomy catheter set consists of a radiopaque polyvinyl chloride airway catheter, a tapered curved dilator with a handle designed to fit within the airway catheter, an Amplatz extra stiff wire guide of 0.038-inch diameter with a single flexible end, a number 15 scalpel, a 6 cc syringe, a number 18 gauge stainless steel introducer needle, and a number 18 gauge Teflon catheter introducer needle. The catheter set is available in 6 mm, 4 mm, and 3.5 mm internal diameter sizes. Before using the Melker emergency cricothyrotomy catheter set, the cricothyroid membrane is palpated and the neck is extended if not contraindicated. The skin is prepared with an aseptic solution. While stabilizing the thyroid cartilage, a 2 cm vertical incision is made through the skin over the membrane. An adequate incision eases the introduction of the dilator and airway catheter. The supplied 6 cc syringe is used with either the number 18 gauge stainless steel introducer needle or the number 18 gauge Teflon catheter introducer needle to perform a percutaneous puncture at 45 degrees to the skin in a caudad direction. Verification of proper placement is made with the aspiration of air. After the trachea has been entered, the syringe is removed. The wire guide is advanced into the catheter, flexible end first. Once the wire is within the trachea, the catheter or needle is removed. The dilator airway catheter assembly is advanced over the wire until the stiff end of the wire emerges from the dilator handle. The dilator airway catheter assembly is advanced over the wire and into the trachea. It is important to always visualize the proximal end of the wire guide during the airway insertion procedure to prevent its inadvertent loss into the trachea. Care should be taken not to advance the tip of the dilator beyond the tip of the wire guide within the trachea. Once the dilator airway catheter airway assembly is within the trachea, the dilator and wire are removed simultaneously. The emergency airway catheter can then be connected using its standard adapter to an appropriate ventilatory device.
I find that many people are concerned about making an adequate incision when they put these devices in. If you're going to use the largest device, which is a 6 mm internal diameter, then the external diameter is about 1 centimeter. And if you figure the circumference of that device, it's over 1 inch. And so you want to make an adequate incision. You may not have to make it a full inch, but you want it to be adequate so that the dilator and the tube pass easily into the airway.
For more information about this or other Cook Critical Care products, please contact your local representative or call 1-800-457-4500.